Question is, has it been used to influence politics around the world? The reason I'm asking this question is because I have an inkling and I have a feeling that AI is being used. If it's so freely available to scammers who are now making deep fakes and making fake voices and making all these fake generated emails, then I would be surprised if people weren't using it in politics. So that's my theory so far, is that it is definitely being used in politics and that people don't even realize. And my other theory is that Twitter is like the number one political bot infested place possible. Like it's gotta be Twitter. This is my theory. Okay, we're gonna see if it's true or not. if I'm just hallucinating or making stuff up in my own head. We ran into this article, okay? Ran into this article right here from NPR.org, How AI Deepfakes Polluted Elections in 2024. This is my first time reading this. It's a 3-minute article. Interesting. So this is looks like it's in Kolkata South, meaning that it is in India. Voters leave after casting a ballot at a polling station in the final phase of voting in India's general election. That's a lot of people, man. They're counting up 1 billion votes. 1 billion, not a million, in Kolkata. Interesting. AI tools were used to create memes and images about political rivals in India and elsewhere in the world. Okay, that's expected. We see that on Twitter every single day, on X now it's called. So in January, thousands of New Hampshire voters picked up their phones to hear what sounded like President Biden telling Democrats not to vote in the state's primary just days away. I want to hear what that sounds like. That's interesting. We know the value of voting Democratic when our votes count. It's important to save your vote for the November election, the voice on the line said, but it wasn't Biden. Dude, that would have been creepy if you were like an old person and you were like a supporter and you don't know what AI and deepfakes and stuff are. And you get a call from Joe Biden telling you not to vote yet. It's so funny, but it wasn't Biden. It was a deepfake created with artificial intelligence and the manifestation of fears that 2024's global wave of elections would be manipulated with fake pictures, audio, and video due to rapid advances in generative AI technology. Very interesting. So the nightmare situation was the day before. The day of the election, the day after the election, some bombshell image, some bombshell video or audio would just set the world on fire, said Hani Farid, a professor at the UC Berkeley, who studies manipulated media. Interesting. Yeah, that is a nightmare situation. Like if it was like people didn't have enough time to get the fake news, then they might just vote. They might just vote differently. Yo, y'all see how things are on Facebook? I see like my grandparents and older people being like, look at this crazy thing. I'm like, dude, there's no way that's real. But they don't know. I mean, they were like already pretty old by the time the internet showed up, 20 something years, man. That's been like 30 years. Yeah, it's basically been like 30 years since the internet has showed up. And so for someone that's like 70 years old, can't teach an old dog new tricks. The Biden deepfake turned out to be commissioned by a Democratic political consultant who said he did it to raise alarms about AI. That's such a funny excuse. It's like, I scammed people to make sure they were aware that there are scams out here, yo. It's like I robbed the bank so I could raise the alarm about bank robbers. He was fined $6 million by the FCC and indicted on criminal charges in New Hampshire. Of course. What kind of an excuse was that, dude? Who told you to do that, dude? But as 2024 rolled on, the feared wave of deceptive targeted deepfakes didn't really materialize. It wasn't quite the year of AI elections like many folks foretold, said Zeev Anderson, who studies how digital information is changing society at NYU Center for Social Media and Politics. Instead, the most visible use of AI in many countries was to create memes and content whose origins weren't disguised. It was obviously fake. Often they were openly shared by politicians and their supporters. Interesting. So Farid said going into this year, he was more concerned about the sort of death by 1,000 cuts scenario than the AI bombshell one. Makes sense. I don't think the images were designed to be clearly deceptive, but they were designed to push a narrative and propaganda works. Makes sense. I do think that there was a general polluting of the information ecosystem where people just started to give up. That's another thing. I mean, when I was on X last year, like all of 2024, it was hectic. It was like war of the, like everybody was just warring each other on political opinions, and it was so strong. And then, okay, it doesn't help that the owner of X is out here just like also being kind of nuts about it. Like, I heard there was a whole bunch of misinformation. I didn't follow it that deeply. I'm not in the United States, right? So like, if I was American, maybe it would be more of an intimate thing, but I'm not in the US like that. But I know that there were all kinds of what some people might call propaganda. From what I was seeing, I was like, there's some misinformation going on here. There's a lot of really one-sided information on X. I was seeing some really like Republican heavy support and a lot of like Democratic Party hate. And like, I don't even have a political algorithm. I'm not on X looking at that stuff at all. So I have a feeling that platform was like heavily biased. And I've heard things, and that's a question. That is a question. Okay, are different social platforms like supportive or biased towards one political ideology? Does this affect their algorithms? Guys, you tell me ideology. Oh my goodness. Ideology. Wow, I learned something new today. Does this affect the algos? This is a question. Interesting. So take Indonesia, where the political party Golkar used AI to reanimate this guy, the longtime dictator who died in 2008. I am Suharto, the second president of Indonesia, he says before endorsing the party's candidates in a video posted to social media website X, of course, by the party's deputy chairman is hectic, bro. Come on. Imagine that. The own party is using this stuff. The deepfake says that the candidates will continue my dream of Indonesia's progress. Soon after, his son-in-law, that dude who died, the dictator's son-in-law, well, alleged dictator, who also had Golkar's support, was elected president. Interesting. I don't know how connected those are, but the article is trying to make it seem that like the deepfake influenced enough people to vote that guy in. I don't know anything about Indonesia's politics, okay? All we know here is that the party officially posted and promoted the deepfake and clearly was trying to use it to influence voters. AI memes are also prevalent in India, where the world's largest democratic exercise took place last spring. Yeah, man, 1 billion people, like an eighth of the world's population, making a decision. In May, at a bazaar in Jaipur, I like that name, a trader named Dilip, who only has one name, told NPR his friends forwarded him AI-generated memes on WhatsApp. He said he liked the ones mocking opposition leader. Well, the guy's name is Gandhi. Like one where an AI version of Gandhi was depicted as a stupid thief, imagining all the money he would steal if he won. Still, Dilip said despite the memes, he'd already made up his mind about who he was going to vote for. Interesting. It was obviously fake. Yeah, memes are a wink, not outright misrepresentation. And I think the only reason we haven't seen many deep fakes in this election is because everyone's afraid of the legal notices. Cheap fakes. So they're not deep fakes, they're cheap fakes. Memes and stuff. Musk and Trump embrace AI-generated memes. In the U.S., political memes and viral videos spanned the spectrum from photoshopped images and out-of-context clips to AI-generated portraits of VP Kamala Harris in Soviet garb and of Black Americans supporting former President Trump. That's hectic. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Golden Kid, they definitely counted all those votes. It's a lot of votes, man. It's a lot of votes. Imagine a paper ballots. Oh God, I really hope it's not. I hope it wasn't paper ballot. Here, let's look that up. Do India elections use paper ballots or electronic? God, tell me it's not paper ballots. Oh. Thank goodness, dude. So since the 1990s, they've been in the future. I don't know why North America still uses paper ballots at all. Why does the U.S. still use paper ballots, man? The next election is going to be a complete show, especially with how good AI and deepfakes will be. For sure, it already is a show when the owner of a major social media platform that is highly political shared a fake ad in which an AI clone of Kamala Harris's voice describes herself as the ultimate diversity hire without disclosing the video was originally posted as a parody. They frequently, their supporters of Musk and other Trump supporters frequently shared AI memes mocking Harris and Democrats and boosting the former president. Trump himself posted a cartoonish AI image purporting to show Taylor Swift endorsing him, which she clearly didn't. That's hectic, man. It's already a TV show right now. So they said that this guy says that this use of AI is not meant to change people's minds, but to make their preferred candidate look patriotic or noble, or make their opposing candidate look evil. I mean, it's like, you don't want to change it's not meant to change your mind, but it's meant to make them feel something. And yeah, these manipulations could be done using traditional photo and video editing tools, but not generative AI makes it way. I mean, your grandma can be a hater now. That's interesting. So yeah, it's hard to draw a direct line from the AI fakes that were identified this year to show how people voted. So it's inconclusive. As of this article, it's inconclusive how much of an effect AI actually had on elections. But we know that yes, it has been used by political parties themselves. Candidates too. It has been used to do something. At the very least, to do something, to make yourself look better and the other party look evil. Has it been spreading misinformation? I mean, I saw those same ads, like the same nonsense that I see on X, all the AI generated stuff. I've been seeing those same ads on like TV where, at the end of the ad where they're like, this guy is terrible. This guy is evil. He wants to take your rights away. Paid for by their opposing party. They like have to do the disclosures at the end of the ad. I've been seeing those on YouTube and the internet and TV forever. So like, I guess it isn't any different. I guess less disclosure. And I mean, in the case of the guy getting charged $6 million for faking Joe Biden's voice and telling people not to vote that is some clear influencing, especially if it's like over the phone. It's different. It's like the guy's voice. You're speaking to Joe Biden here. For some old people, they might not even get the memo that was fake. So it has been used by third parties. I mean, it was a consultant for the Democratic Party, which is interesting. How has it been employed? Well, we know that people have been, so far we know that in memes on social media so far. That's all I've come to understand so far. And AI voice deepfakes. Those are the two things that we've learned so far.